On this episode of China Uncensored, study abroad in China at your own risk. Welcome to China Uncensored. I'm your foreign exchange student, Chris Chappell. These days, a lot of people want to study abroad in China. I know my alma mater, NYU, allegedly even went so far as to kick out Chinese rights activist Chen Guangchen because of pressure from the Chinese regime so they can continue to build their Shanghai campus. Ironically, students inside of China are just as eager to study abroad. So why do so many people want to study abroad in China? Well, for one, China is incredibly beautiful. You can learn about new cultures, meet new people, but you can also find yourself in some pretty morally and legally compromising situations. I don't think in general, though, that's what people are looking for. So with everything that's happened recently with Edward Snowden and the NSA, this seems like a pretty timely story. A fan of China Uncensored sent it to me. This is what happened to him when he was an exchange student in China. I'm going to call him Jay. So Jay's school in Sweden sent him on an exchange program to a university in Shandong. He's a computer programmer. The Chinese university picked out a company for him and a couple other students to work for as some real-world experience. I'll call it Company Shady because it turned out to be super shady. The biggest client of the super shady company was the Chinese government, and according to Jay, Company Shady wanted him and the other Swedish students to design a data mining application that would map out netizens' opinions. They were told to do this by any means: Trojans, viruses, plain old hacking, anything to get access to people's private data. Like, all bets are off, just flush any moral values down the drain and get some results. That totally doesn't even sound legal. And since one of Jay's friends in China knew someone that spent 3 weeks in a detention center after secret police picked him up for posting something critical about the government online, it kinda hit close to home. Company Shady said they would restrict access to the information and the program would be used to harmlessly help the government better understand the needs of the people, like which people needed to get their teeth kicked out. So they were like, may we choose a company on our own? No. But the university eventually compromised. In addition to the shady job with Company Shady, they would also give them an option of working for a Chinese company that designed software for Chinese oil companies. Not only would they not be spying on people, the company said they didn't even have to be on site every day. They could travel around China if they wanted to. They could go work from Shanghai for all they cared, as long as they delivered and checked back every week. So Jay and the other 2 Swedish students were like, yeah, totally, sign me up for that one. And their teacher was very happy for them, until she turned up the next day completely catatonic and told them her boss wanted to speak with them. They would later come to refer to their teacher's boss as the witch. The witch informed them that they would not take that job. Their teacher had already called the company and told them they turned it down. They would take the job with Company Shady. Pretty shady. That's when the Swedes decided they didn't care about the Chinese university saving face anymore. In no uncertain terms, they said they would not take that job. A few days later, the university caved and they were free to take the job that didn't potentially involve getting people tortured on the other end of it. But so how about that? All they wanted to do was study abroad in China, and this guy found himself in this potentially illegal and frankly immoral situation where their schooling would be used to help the Chinese regime spy on the Chinese people and use the information against them. So hearing about this story, how do you guys feel about studying abroad in China? Or really working in China? Comment below and check back for more China Uncensored every day.